Tim here from Energy Action. My previous videos have explained how to read your large market electricity bill, followed by an explanation around network charges, and in particular, how you can reduce your kVA demand charges through power factor correction. If you missed these videos or any other videos from Energy Action, please visit our YouTube channel. Today I'll be looking at the next line item on your bill, which is environmental charges, and in particular, what purpose they serve, the basic mechanics of how they work, and what you can do to reduce spend in your space. Firstly, what are environmental charges? These are both state and federal government schemes to help fund their renewable energy objectives. This is imposed on retailers who are required to surrender certificates for each scheme based on the percentage of energy they sell. This is then passed through to us, the consumers or the businesses that are using the energy through the various schemes, but traditionally listed as a line item on your bill. At this point, it's worth pausing and worth noting that if you have any net zero aspirations, any additional green options are on top of these schemes. This is a whole other topic, so reach out to us for more information on this. Back to the bill. You'll notice that your environmental charges are shown as acronyms because the entire energy market and indeed the entire industry is based on acronyms. That's just how we operate. The federal charges are, you have LRETs, or otherwise known as large-scale renewable energy target, which looks to provide investment in renewable energy options and in particular power stations like wind and solar farms, as well as hydro. You'll often hear the certificates traded under this scheme, which are known as LGCs. Again, another acronym, but it stands for large-scale generation certificate. The flip side of that, you also have the SRES, otherwise known as the small-scale renewable energy target. And just like the LRET, the intent here is to provide investment in renewable energy. However, the focus is on small-scale systems like your rooftop solar. These certificates are known as STCs, or small-scale technology certificates. On the other side of that, we also have some state-based charges. For example, in Victoria, you have the VEET, otherwise known as the Victorian Energy Upgrade Scheme. And in New South Wales, you have the ESC, the Energy Savings Certificate. All of these schemes have a similar intent, which is to drive and encourage a range of energy-saving measures. Important to note that like energy prices, these certificates are a tradable commodity, which means you see price fluctuations depending on what is happening in the market, as well as how each of the schemes is performing against target. An example of the fluctuations we've seen recently is the VEECs as a result of the extended lockdown in Victoria. As the creation of certificates is based on consumption and a large number of businesses were closed, we saw the demand for the certificates remain high with a shortage of VEECs actually in the marketplace. The current imbalance between supply and demand has seen the VEEC price at an all-time high. So, what can you do to reduce your environmental charges? The first obvious response is to reduce your consumption, as the cost is directly apportioned to how much you use on site. However, the best time to ensure you're not paying too much is actually during the initial energy procurement process. What we find is most clients when going to market simply compare energy rates and look at the cheapest one of those two and decide to go based on the cheapest offer available. However, the environmental schemes are a tradable commodity and each of the retailers will provide a different offer based on their trading position. We consistently see through our auction results, of which we run 15 to 30 a day, that the retailer with the cheapest retailer rates does not always come out the cheapest overall when factoring in environmental charges. So it's always important to compare apples for apples. Now, how retailers actually show this pricing through their offers and through their contracts can vary. So trying to determine how much exactly you're paying for your environmental charges and then comparing that on an apples for apples basis is not always easy and not always straightforward. This is where we recommend a service like ours to assist with you being able to provide that apples for apples comparison and also looking at what that means year on year. So for your first year, your second year, your third year. So what have we learned from this video? Environmentals are a tradable commodity. Reducing your consumption will reduce your environmentals. And it's important to compare apples for apples when looking at retail electricity contracts. Don't purely focus on the cents per kilowatt, but also look at what environmental charges the retailers are charging. I know this video has been only a short overview of the environmental schemes and how they work, and there's a lot more detail, a lot more complexity behind these charges. However, if you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call and we're more than happy to help out. Thank you, have a good day.